Hello everybody and welcome back to another Sims 2 build. We are making industrial concrete lofts today. So if you're a concrete fan, you're in luck today. We're going to have lots of brutalism style architecture in this one. And this is going to be 3 apartments. Well, kind of apartments, kind of like townhouses really, I suppose. As you can see here, you've got the 3 different units, and they are connected to this sort of separate walkway, which is a bit funky. And yeah, I thought I'd do something a bit different today. I've been doing quite a lot of old school builds. My past 2 videos have been, well, my past few videos have been sort of very UK style British houses in 1960s style, and then in that very classic old English style, that red brick style terrace street. Here we have something a bit different, something a little bit more space age really. So I don't know what era this would be from, or if anything like this even exists, but as I say, it's got a bit of a spacey vibe about it, to be honest. It's quite out there. I think if you saw this in real life, you'd definitely look twice, because it's gonna stick out, I would say. It's gonna, you're gonna turn your head and go, what the fuck is that? Probably, or at least that's what I think I would do, because I love this style of architecture. Anything that's concrete, like quite imposing in this way, I just think is so cool. And there's quite a lot of big concretey buildings like this around London, so I'm quite lucky to see a lot of them every now and then when I'm walking around. And there are moments, actually, not yet, but later on, when I was looking at the exterior and thinking, it kind of gave me National Theatre vibes. So if you don't know that building, I'll pop a picture up on screen, but it's a very, very famous brutalist building on the South Bank in London. And yeah, it's just unapologetically ugly. I mean, I don't think it's ugly, but it doesn't, I suppose the whole point of this era of architecture is it doesn't pander to beauty in the way that previous architectural styles from other eras would have had more. You know, they'd have had ornament and decoration, and if you think of beautiful buildings, you're probably thinking of something that's quite sculpted and has quite a lot of affectation. Is that the right word? Maybe not, but you know, it's got pretty bits attached to it probably, whereas brutalism literally says not interested, and yeah, just is very, very functional in the way it looks. You know, what you see is very much what you get, and I think there's something quite amazing about that, actually, and it's quite unapologetic. So here we are, we've got the basic floor plans down, and I wanted these big glass windows next to the entrance, because this side of the sort of houses, they don't really have much, well, they don't have any windows otherwise, so I thought I needed that, but it only really made sense to put the bathroom there. So if you are an exhibitionist, or if your sim is an exhibitionist, they're going to enjoy this, because they can literally accept their Amazon parcels in the nude, in the shower, and, you know, nod to the delivery driver. So this is an exhibitionist stream. You know, I would put in curtains, obviously, or frosted glass, but I'm playing without any custom content, so I don't really have very good options when it comes to curtains. That's one real snag in Sims 2, is that the curtains, there's nothing that's like, they're all just cute and frilly, and they look great in a lot of the builds you do, but ones like this, you know, I'm not going to put cute little doily windows, curtains in the windows, obviously. So yeah, did just have to pretend that there's a frosted glass, or, you know, maybe if you download this, you can add some custom content curtains if you like. But here we are, we're working on the first apartment now. This one's probably the most industrial style, in the sense that we've kept all those exposed concrete walls and the concrete floor. So very sort of artsy vibe, really. And at this point, I realised, you know what, these could have roof terraces. So I sneak in a little spiral staircase, which I know Sims 4 players who still don't have, which is a scandal, because I literally use it in almost every build. Who's got the space for regular staircases all the time? Not me. So yeah, we've got little roof terraces now, which actually I think really changes the game for these apartments or houses. I don't know what to call them, but yeah, whatever they are. It changes the game because they're pretty impressive spaces, I think. If you saw this in real life, you'd be quite taken back. At least I would be, because you've got the one floor that you enter on, and then you go up a staircase, and then sort of half of the second floor or the first floor is open. So you've got these really high, double height, lofty areas. As you can see here, the stairs go up, and hopefully I'll go upstairs at some point in a minute, and you can get the vibe. So yeah, kind of leaning into this space agey vibe with some of these choices. The green lights down the hallway, for example, but still wanted to make it. Didn't want it to be too cold in there, you know, in terms of decoration. So there's some nice things. Here you go. You can see the kind of lofted bedroom area, and then that has, as I was saying, that spiral staircase that goes up to the roof terrace. And I think, yeah, that changes the game a little bit for these, because you'd probably be like, okay, cool house, but then to go up onto a roof terrace like that, my God, if anybody took me to their house or apartment and it had that kind of roof terrace, I mean, it's amazing. So, I mean, who doesn't love a roof terrace as well? There's something very cool about a roof terrace, I think, you know. Gardens are great, but a roof terrace, you know, very urbane. And yeah, I just thought it would be cool for these spaces. And the spiral staircase kind of works with the rest of the aesthetic. So we went with it. But as I say, this one's one of the more concretey industrial ones, and the other two have their own distinct style. You know, if you've seen my other videos, you know I often build multiple houses or dwellings or whatever in one lot. I think, yeah, every single one I've built so far, actually no, all but one have been apartment buildings with multiple lots on there, so multiple houses. So, you know, you get a lot of variety, because I could just build one and then just sort of copy and paste it over. There you go, you get a good view there of kind of the sense of the space. But with it being, yeah, multiple dwellings, I kind of want to make it a bit varied, and imagine that the different people living here over the years have added their own stamp or whatever it may be. So yeah, here we are. You get a little view there of the roof terraces. Actually, I didn't furnish the roof terraces, and I have a real problem with this, because if I'd have fully furnished them and put in, I don't know, a hot tub and some seating or whatever it may be, I don't know, I feel like it makes the whole lot look a mess from the outside. I may be the only one seeing this, but I just thought, when you're making a lot like this and you're trying to do something a bit architecturally striking, to have like a random hot tub and a bench, I just feel like it detracts. So for these, I have just left the roof terraces blank, but the rest is fully furnished. And obviously, if you download this, you're going to want to put things up there on the roof terrace for the Sims to enjoy, because it's a whole extra space going on up there. So there's loads more room for activities, as they say. So this is the middle house. Just at the moment, figuring out what the vibe's going to be, because, to be completely honest, I was getting a little bit like uninspired at this point. You know, sometimes you're absolutely just like bang, bang, bang. Ideas are flowing, and other times you're a bit like, what is this going to be? I mean, I've got some rogue column choices there that I'm deliberating over, and like, obviously I was never going to use that bar stool. I don't know what was coming over me, but yeah, I felt like at this moment I was kind of losing the vision, but it's slowly I regain it slowly, so we find our way back eventually. I think the problem with this is I was trying to lean into the style that I do quite a lot, which is that wooden 70s vibe, but then I was like, would it be like this in this kind of building? I don't know, maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't, but usually when you see in real life houses that have this style, it's because they're from that era. And I don't know, I didn't feel like this was from that era. This feels very much like, obviously it's brutalism, which was famous and, you know, very, very popular back in that kind of mid-century time, but something about this feels more modern to me. It feels like more of a modern construction. So I like to make up these little stories in my head about what I should and shouldn't be doing based on these things, because I think it can occasionally lend to some authenticity. And at this moment, I realised those despicable H&M windows, which I've scrolled past for the decades I've been playing this game. I don't know why I never thought to check, and it's kind of obvious looking back, but they've got swatches without the H&M logo on them. Duh. So I'll definitely be using them in another build. And that's what's fun about doing this kind of thing, is you're always discovering things in this game, even all these years later, finding new styles and new things that you can do, and I love that. So yeah, still just working away on this one. What can I say? It's just coming together. I didn't clutter it. I was about to say I didn't clutter it too much, but literally look at that wall. It's chaos. And that's me trying out some curtains. But as I said, they're just far too cute. It's just not the vibe. So yeah, doing a bit of clutter and styling, but not trying to overdo it, just giving it a teeny weeny bit of personality. And, I wish I had the inspiration in my own life to interior design in this way. But obviously, it costs a lot of money to do these things. So as much as I would love to furnish a house in, not necessarily this style, but with the freedom that I decorate on The Sims, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? I think that's half the reason people keep coming back to this game is, you can build these kind of houses and interiors that you could probably never get the chance to do in real life, because, it just costs too much money, man. Like this, obviously these lofts, depending on where they would be, could be millions. So probably just a tad out of reach for me at the moment. It's funny, I keep saying in all these builds, you could put your sim in this, or you could download this and do this and that, and then I'm just literally not providing download links at all. And a few people have commented and said, where can I download this? And that is very, very humbling, very kind of people to even want to download these builds that I'm doing. I think that's amazing. And I keep saying I'm going to upload them somewhere people can get their hands on them and add them to their own games. And the good news is, at last, I have signed up for Sim File Share, but it said I need to be accepted. So it may be possible that by the time this is uploaded, I have got an account and I can actually post the download links, or it may take a little bit longer, but I am going to go back through all the videos and add download links, so you will be able to get these in your own game if you'd like to. And if this is the first video of mine you're seeing, then please do go look at my other videos if you like what you see. I've been doing a lot of... It's been a bit varied, but they're all kind of... if you like this style, I'm not going to, sell myself elevator pitch right now. If you like this, then maybe you'd like some of my other stuff. So please do go give it a watch. I'm very grateful for everyone who's subscribed and liked and commented. And it's just amazing to me that I'm having these conversations with people who have sat and watched these videos. I only started this channel just over a week ago. So to have any kind of, impact, or for anyone to even be paying it any attention, is wonderful. And yeah, it just makes me feel all warm inside. So thank you so much. And yeah, just feel free to go check them out. It would be good. It's so awkward to do these voiceovers sometimes. I'm just trying to be earnest and then, trying not to be cringe. But, I think you just got to ramble, really, don't you? There's no logic to this. But anyway, back on topic. We're on the third and final house now. So it has a very cute green feel, green and black. I thought of all the three houses, this felt like one that more of like a blokey kind of bachelor would live in. Maybe, and it's not because it's, well, in my opinion, this is probably the least nicely decorated, to be honest, so that might be why I'm saying that. But you might be looking at this saying, like, oh, that's really my style, and I've just accidentally insulted you. But, I think you can get to a point where you're just trying to try something different and not replicate what you've already done. And then in doing that, it's a bit like, what am I even doing? These are very rogue choices. But, look at this. I very, very rarely use this bubble machine thing where the Sims basically all just sit around hitting the shisha and, getting high, which love that as a detail for the Sims 2. That's the good thing about this game compared to the other Sims games, or at least rather than the Sims 4. It's just, it's got a bit of a cheeky side and it's got a bit more edge to it. Obviously it's not inappropriate, but... or it kind of is a little bit at times, but we love that. We love that for The Sims 2. She's not a baby game. She's not a family-friendly game as such, compared to Sims 4, for example, which I know is desperately trying to be for everyone, which is, on the one hand, good, but at the same time. I think a lot of that charm that you got in the older games, with it being, you know, a few adult themes or just a few things that are a little bit, well, just real, really. Like, there are adult themes in life. Sorry about that, but like, there are. So in trying to, you know, make it a game for everyone, I think a bit of a double-edged sword, really. It's on the one hand good, like, I get that, but yeah, I think you do occasionally lose some of the quirky charm that I think made most of us that like The Sims or have done for a long time sort of fall in love with it in the first place. And, you know, all these lofts, I mean, they're not exactly family friendly. You're going to have like a couple living here or a single person probably, and probably quite a successful single person, but, you know, somebody who's likes to throw a party. I mean, that first one's got a DJ booth and they've all got bars, so, you know, there'll be some good times had here. Just basically now playing around with some final tweaks on the outside, and we're more or less getting to the end. So thank you for watching. We will have the cinematic end shots in a moment. And yeah, I will leave you to watch them. Thank you again so much for watching. If you want to comment, let me know which one of these three you like the most, or any other ideas you have for future videos. Comment, let me know. It's always great to hear from you guys. And please do like and subscribe for more videos. I will see you in the next one.